So let's talk about DJ technology for a second and how it can possibly influence DJ culture and the DJ industry. This is Share the Knowledge. This is the Share the Knowledge podcast for DJs. Today's podcast is brought to you by Bandzoogle. All right, so let's switch from a little bit of that technical stuff and go into a question that has to do with the actual DJ culture, DJ industry, and how software might affect that. So the question I have right here is, in 2018, we saw DJ software start to grab contracts with streaming services to utilize in their software. DJ Pro has Spotify, Virtual DJ has the iDJ pool, Serato now has Tidal and SoundCloud integration. Do you see this having a positive effect on the DJ industry as a whole? Do you see negative repercussions to this? Will this make today's DJ more competitive? I'd love to hear your thoughts and knowledge on how we as DJs can use these streaming services in a positive way while still having originality and style in the work we do for communities, and if streaming music is something that's going to drastically change the game and the way we have to DJ. So, first of all, the most important thing to me is creativity comes from the person. So it's not about the equipment, it's not about the software, it is about the person. And what I mean by that is you can take 10 DJs, give them a set of turntables and the same creative vinyl, and the results are going to be different. And that's not about vinyl or technology. I'm going to give you the same example. You can take 10 DJs, give them a set of CDJs, give them the same flash drive with music, and the results are going to be different. You can take 10 DJs, give them Serato with a controller or whatever type of device they want to use, give them the same folder in Serato with the same music, the results are going to be different. So what I mean by that is the more creative people will find ways to be more creative with the stuff that they have. That being said, streaming has changed the music industry drastically. That's a fact. A lot of people, a lot of artists are not selling a lot of music anymore like they used to sell albums and the fans would buy the albums. Now a lot of music is being streamed. Less albums are being sold. People are making money off streaming. More people are able to reach a fan base because they don't have to go through all the trials and tribulations of finding a label that would sign them, and you name it. You could make some music today and have it up on Spotify and iTunes, Apple Music, all of that within days. So the gatekeepers are kind of gone, meaning there's a lot more music out there. Same with SoundCloud, what people would call like SoundCloud rappers and artists, but you have very good ones there as well. Also for DJs and producers dropping all of their new remixes, free remixes on SoundCloud. It has opened the door to spread your music easy or easier. Fact is, a lot of people are doing that, so it is becoming a little bit harder to get noticed. That's a different story, but tech and streaming definitely has influenced the way the music industry works now. That's a fact. Now, as far as DJing, it's not new. So it's not a 2018 thing. Like I know DJ Pro has Spotify, but DJ, the software, has had Spotify for years. I was using that 2-3 years ago. So that's not new, it's been there. My thoughts on that, for me personally, I like it. It's a good option for me for certain events. So the one that I always name is when I'm playing at my son's school. I do that once a year. Those are kids age 4 to 12. They listen to music that most likely I don't play. A lot of the music I don't play or don't know. Even with the new music that I know from the clubs, that's not the same music that a lot of these young kids are listening to. Now, the last 2 times I used the controller with DJ and Spotify, they could name any track. I think 99% of the time, maybe 99.9% of the time, I could find that track in Spotify and play it. So for me, for certain events, that is a lifesaver. That is something that totally changed everything for me to play at an event like that. Now, that's not my cup of tea. I only do that for my son, but I could understand that if you're in that industry, or if you're a mobile DJ, wedding DJ, DJs who have to play a lot of different styles of music, it is great to actually have an option that would allow you to take most requests and just know that you're going to be able to find them through the streaming service. So for those DJs, it is definitely going to be a plus. Now, for most club DJs, I don't think it's going to really influence or change the way they play, because a lot of times they're not looking to have everything in their crate anyway. Now, I remember quite a long time ago in a video, I was talking about like how in the future DJs would walk into the club and there would be a setup there, and all they would have to do is log into that setup, and then it would have access to all of their music because it would connect to the cloud, something like that. That's something I thought about like a couple of years ago. Basically, you have the same thing going on here, because, for instance, if you have Spotify, you have your Spotify playlists, you could go into a club, and if they have a setup with Serato or with DJ, you could go in there and just log into your account and have your playlists, or if you're using Serato with Tidal, have your playlists. It's cool. To me, it's still a little bit tricky, because if the internet connection is not that great, some of these services are not going to be able to help you. You had other services like Serato used to do with Pulse Locker that would allow you to store offline as well. That's a better option, but Pulse Locker just didn't work that well. So I think it's a great option to have for certain events. For me personally, I don't think I'd use it a lot unless I'm playing at a gig and there's this track that I really want to play and I don't have it, or somehow I changed some folders and I can't find it on my computer. If I have the option at that point to just click and go to Tidal and get that track and play it, that just made my day. I think that's a good thing. But like from the standpoint, if it's going to change the way we have to DJ, I don't think so. Now, I can understand for some people, they might feel that as soon as the consumer gets word that DJs are now able to use Spotify and Tidal and play anything, that some DJs are probably afraid that they're going to get run over and everyone's going to have like tens or hundreds of requests because they know that you have it now. Yes, I can see that. I've also seen jokes that DJs were joking about how now you were going to get every SoundCloud rapper on earth standing next to the booth, play my song because they know you have access to SoundCloud now. I understand that, but at the end of the day, you are in charge. I mean, that's still my philosophy. If I'm playing, I'm the one who's in charge. I decide what gets played. I have my opinions about requests. Sometimes they're useful. Most of the times, I'd rather just do my thing. But even if everyone jumps up because they think that you have everything, it's still up to me if I want to play everything or not. And in my case, I definitely don't. Look, I'm for technology. I love new technological developments. Like I said, there are certain instances where I think having something like Spotify in your DJ software is amazing and it can totally save the day. But it's not drastically going to change the way DJs play, in my opinion. Thanks for tuning in to one of my video clips from the Share the Knowledge podcast for DJs. If you want to check out the full episode, make sure you check the links in the description box down below to check me out on SoundCloud, Anchor, Apple, Google Podcast, Stitcher, you name it. If you want to ask a question for a future episode, you can do that here in the comment section, or check me out on Instagram. Every week I drop a topic where I'm asking for questions for a future episode of the podcast, so jump in there as well. If you're new to my YouTube channel, I do all sorts of DJ related tips and tricks, tutorial, Q&A videos, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Check out djTLM.com, and I'll be back soon with more videos, more podcasts, more good stuff. Peace. Bandzoogle makes it easy to build a stunning website for your music in minutes. You can choose from hundreds of mobile-friendly themes and then customize your design and content in a few clicks with Bandzoogle's easy visual editor. Now, all the features you need for a professional website are already built in, including tools to sell your music and merch commission-free, mailing list tools to grow your fan list and send newsletters, and integration to pull in content from all your online services, including Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud. I use Bandzoogle to create the Share the Knowledge podcast website, and that was very easy. Bandzoogle plans start at just $8.29 a month and include your own free custom domain name. Now, if you want to try it out for free for 30 days, click on the link in the description box down below and be sure to use the promo code SHARE to get 15% off the first year of your subscription.